this, oh wow, Series 1 Land
nice.
Rover. But more importantly, this.
Look at that.
Now this is a famed building. It's actually built on top of the river, canal, whatever you want to call it. Flow of water.
Yeah.
So it's on a bridge, essentially.
Yep, and it's owned and maintained by the National Trust now.
Annabelle and I know this well. This is the struggle.
Yes.
In winter.
Oh.
It is. Paddle boarders.
Well, it looks a bit steep, Ben.
It's amazing when you look at the fact that Grasmere is nestled in the bottom of this valley with all these steep peaks surrounding it. I mean, everywhere.
Grasmere is famous for its gingerbread, is it?
Massively.
Some full-size adults taking full advantage of the fact that the kiddies' play area is empty.
Why not?
Exactly, why not? I'm a big fan of the swings.
It's like something off Game of Thrones nowadays. There's a gingerbread shop on the left.
Oh, I wonder if it's still open.
No, it's closed. We also went to a lovely garden centre down here on the right.
Whilst in Grasmere, why not try out the coffin route that takes you past Dove Cottage on the way to St Oswald's Church? Taking in Rydal Park, this lovely route takes you past the waterfalls at the Grot, and the last home of William Wordsworth is just up ahead at Rydal Mount.
Beatrix Potter, Peter Rabbit and Friends.
Yes. The chocolate cottage.
I wonder if it melts. Lots of parking around here. The little blue pig. That's an old Citroen van, isn't it?
It is. Didn't we go to a show here?
Yeah, we did.
That's right.
Classics. Price. They start at 47 grand.
Yeah. Every single,
that's a lot of cars.
Exactly. Every single person I've asked that question, what do you
70?
reckon this start? Yeah, 70, 74. And I'm like, nope.
That's the thing, the EGMP platform is, it's so versatile. I mean, to think Ioniq 5's built on it, EV6, now Ioniq 6, and they're all very different looking vehicles. And if you've noticed, they're SUV and car. Any of the even numbers are cars, any of the odd numbers are CUV or SUV.
Can you imagine waking up to a view like this every day? It's a bit like what we wake up to in Silverdale with the shore and the beauty there.
Cyclists.
It's just serene up here, isn't it?
It is.
You get all this and more on the EV trail.
You do. No, it's well worth doing. And that's it. If you want to go further afield, you can go to Honister, check out the copper mines.
Well, that's what we've been doing today, haven't we? We've just been going off on tangents going, oh, let's just go up there, see what's up there.
Yeah, 74 miles could quite easily become 230. But that's a good thing. It means that you can really personalise your trip.
Exactly.
We've got 175 miles of range left. And we've done 61.8, so I think we're getting more miles than the range we've used, to be honest. The whole system's very intuitive, isn't it? It's easy to learn. It's nice and responsive. Buttons. I do prefer proper clunky buttons and rotary dials.
Yeah.
And a lot of manufacturers have realised it's the same with most people who buy cars. They're like, no, I want something I can reach easily. I want something I know I've pressed, instead of trying to, you know...
Yeah, swipe or point or swish. Hello, sheeple. Hello.
I can feel the lane keep assist. Not invasive, but doing a lovely job. I mean, look at that. You could put that in Italy, couldn't you? And this is where I come with Duncan when I go mountain biking to Whinlatter. We'll be checking out Whinlatter tomorrow, won't we?
See, it's a place I haven't seen.
Wow. That is... it's something else, isn't it?
Oh, beautiful.
I was thinking about heading to the hotel, which is the Royal Oak, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. Ah, we're moving. Yay! You spoke too soon.
Wait a minute.
People are moving. Oh, I think they may be packing up here as well.
Keep going?
Yep.
Do we keep going? Yeah. All right, awesome. I wanted to verify that first before we ran a red.
Yeah. The guy in charge of the lights said yes.
The man from Del Monte said red, go.
He said yeah. He said yes.
I have noticed, because we've got air conditioning on, ventilated seats, we're not getting as high a mile kilowatt hour. But that's not surprising. The thing is, if you turn that off or turn it down, then it'll quite easily head up to around 4. And the bottom line is, I'm not an eco driver at the best of times.
This is just beautiful.
Reminds me of Scotland up here, to be honest. We're 5 miles from Keswick and 10 miles from our hotel. Have you noticed the charge changes when you go into sport? if I back off, see the regen. It really weightens up the steering. You can see what's happening with the motors when they're drawing or recharging. Well, you rode it on yourself by that logic.
No, I didn't. I was born that way. Did?
What, dancer?
No, hypermobile joints. I was born a dancer as well, actually. Lady Gaga was right on that point.
You're a Gagarin.
Lady Gaga.
Similar, yeah? I'm gonna try I pedal. Okay, so which is that's 1, that's 3, and this is where's I pedal? Oh, it's on I pedal now. So we're dropping into Keswick. Yep, that's I pedal, and it will stop. Look at what the regen does when I back off.
Oh.
Yeah, don't need to brake at all.
So it'll scrub the speed off.
Yeah, massively.
Brilliant.
But not in a jarring way.
No, that was really smoothly done. Do we need to be in sport mode?
Of course we need to be in sport.
Turn left.
Turn left?
In half a mile.
Oh, okay.
Not right now. There's a Shell garage there. We don't need to go into the Shell garage.
Cartmel races. You notice that they put signs all the way in Keswick. The other thing is there's a Michelin star restaurant there, isn't there?
In Cartmel?
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
Isn't Cartmel famous for like sticky toffee pudding or something?
Yes. It is.
Oh.
In 0.1
Not- yeah.
Yeah, not donuts. Sticky toffee pudding. Oh, duh.
I'm enjoying the EV trail though.
Yeah.
Turn left.
It's
Turn
fun
left.
and it's
Oh,
pretty.
You actually indicated.
Yeah, this is why I was glad we actually came this way because we get to see the centre of Keswick as well then.
There's a
In
pencil museum here
0.1
as well.
mile.
Sherry Diddy. I'm sure he did. Or she. Wow. Red gecko.
There's a red gecko in Ambleside.
Is it vintage there as well?
It must be.
Okay. It's a noticeable sound in the built-up area, which is good.
Yeah.
Take the
It serves
first
its
exit.
range well, doesn't it? Well, it's certainly got the bikes out today. Oh, that must be Bassenswaite.
Ah.
Each facet of the Lake District's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, how the lake looks, how the crags are, hills, even the wildlife. It's almost hot hatch style handling. It's,
Which of course you approve of.
of course. Lodore Falls. So this is a spa hotel that looks out of this world. Honestly.
It looks amazing, doesn't it?
Considering its size, it's mega agile.
Yeah. Chuckable.
I mean, look.
Stop it!
There wasn't even a hard turn, it was just... What?
I was showing you my dispatch by going, throwing you a look.
Hogwarts?
What's wait?
Yeah,
Said
similar.
Hogwarts.
It's because it was green, I think. Like, Hazelbank. I know.
Oh,
I know.
thank you.
Have reached your destination.
Have I?
Apparently so. Royal, yes we have. Welcome to Borrowdale and the Royal Oak Hotel, a welcome respite for weary travellers, and where we are spending the night. And the name? Rather apt, wouldn't you say? Having undergone a £1 million refurbishment, including a 7 kilowatt EV charger, and a range of contemporary rooms that are comfortable, welcoming, and above all, peaceful. USBs, Wi-Fi, but no television, which perfectly suits the ambience. It's modern yet homely, and capitalises on the heritage of the area, with the use of local slate and local produce for their food and drink. We enjoyed their 3-course Sunday dinner, and nothing was too much trouble for the dedicated team there, headed up by Anne. Ben's favourite was the cheese board, no surprise there, and mine was the spiced cauliflower soup, which was superb, and we both thoroughly enjoyed the main course. For rates and availability, visit royaloakhotel.co.uk and tell them Planet Auto sent you.
It's amazing who you meet when you're on an adventure like this. I've just met Larry from Colorado. We're just chatting about, well, the fact that he's been on a 3-week adventure, and today he heads to Edinburgh. Now, we're going to head to Keswick Booths, find some rapid chargers, and continue with our adventure. We've got 194 miles of range, 73% of battery, and we're in level 1 regen, 3.3 mile kilowatt hour. We've decided to leave our hotel and head to Honister Slate Mine. Now that's a view. More electric cars on this jaunt. Interesting. I didn't realise Honister Slate mine was on the way to Buttermere. We've driven past there. Ooh, narrow bends, gradients, max 25%. Ooh. Nothing like testing an EV on terrains and roads like this. It's just not a problem for it, is it?
No, at all. It does it with ease. Look, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Hairpins. Dangerous descent. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Sky Cafe. Daily mine tours.
Looking for adventure? Head to Honister, a place with lots to see and do, including driving the Honister Pass, going underground in the Slate mine, crossing the Infinity Bridge, cliff camping, and if you're looking for an adrenaline rush, the Via Ferrata. And don't forget, Honister Fest 2023 is just around the corner, starting on the 15th of July. Check out honister.com to find out more.
Near the EP3. That looks a trail and a half. Even the fence posts are made of slate. Sea Toller, Borrowdale Valley. That must be Baton Quay. Why not Glamp? There's numerous sites around here where you can get the flat screen tellies, the hot tubs, you name it. Now, right at the beginning of the evolution of EVs, towing, what's that? But nowadays, it's a completely different story. So you can quite easily tow a caravan.
Here we are in Keswick.
Look at the Gorilla. It's like a bike rental place.
Yes. E-Venture.
Have a good day. You too. When you're visiting Keswick, why not pop into booths and get some fine food? And also, booths have adopted Instavolt, Chademo and CCS, 50 kilowatt, and 2 are being used.
And with a maximum stay of 2 hours, you've got time to get a decent charge on.
Now this is the way to roll. Meet Sebastian.
If you fancy a visit to the pictures, why not pop over to the Alhambra Cinema in Keswick? It's one of the country's longest running independent cinemas, and it has a rather unique power system, which utilises battery storage and solar panels, with funding contributed by the good people that brought you the EV Trail, the Low Carbon Lake District programme. And if this is a little too high-tech, why not step back in time to learn more about the very first pencil made in 1832 at the Derwent Pencil Museum.
The other thing about booths is you meet some really interesting people. There's a guy who's come up from our neck of the woods and he's brought his camper van, and he raised a really interesting point, something I'd never ever considered, and it refers to electric cars and campers and the fact that you can't tow them. A lot of camper van owners want to tow a small car so they can go on adventures, but with an electric vehicle it's not possible. So it'd be interesting to see that kind of functionality built in future cars. It's a similar problem to, say, automatic gearboxes. The other point is, I mean, this is going to be solved in time anyway, is the extra weight, because a camper van can only tow so much, say 1,500 kilos, which there's not many electric cars that weigh in under that, if any, to be honest. You're just leaving Keswick, you're fully charged, where to next? Why not try Whinlatter? Perfect mountain biking place, there's lots of hikes too. And I am speaking from experience. I regularly go up here with my mate Dunk. We've ridden many of the trails. There's also Zog walks and what's the other one?
Gruffalo.
Go from the Ring, Godzilla.
The Ring girl isn't there.
Okay, Roald Dahl characters. Nice, interesting walks.
But when you've got vistas like this to play in, what?
That's it. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
When you've got vistas like this to play in, what else are you going to do?
Well, that's it. You look at this and just go, wow. Brack. There's also a cycle shop there. They fix my bike, so that's it. Nothing's too much trouble, and it's nice to have that kind of connection, especially when you walk into somewhere and they're like, yeah, we can fix this, no problem. Like Bob the Builder.
Exactly.
It's
get you back out. Yeah, and get you back out on the trail.
Yeah. But look at that, Annabelle.
Yeah, beautiful, isn't it?
The refinement in this car. Every time I pass here, there's a Mini. And there it is. Always watch out for cyclists up here. One of the times we came up, there was a race on. There must have been 1,000 cyclists. Benefit of an electric car on a hill like this. Hills, they don't really exist. Just keep accelerating.
You just have so much fun in an EV, don't you, Ben?
Yeah, well, it's instant power, isn't it? Nothing holds you back. The bike trail goes right down there and then meanders around and comes back and crosses here. This year I stood up there and I saw a load of supercars come back towards us, because that's it, it's off the beaten track, so it's the kind of place supercars want to go and stretch their legs, shall we say.
And here we are, Ben. Whinlatter.
Lovely place this. Yep, there's a Go Ape here as well. Got to be adventurous to be up there. And don't forget Cafe Ambio.
I can see why you spend so much time up here.
We normally park here so we can put the bikes on a bit of grass and then put them together. I love the use of local rock and slate. Okay, where to next?
Castlerigg Stone Circle. Bye bye, Whinlatter.
It's been a pleasure. EVs just aren't a problem for the Lake District. And that's speaking from experience. Everything from Hard Knock Pass, Rhinos Pass, what a car to explore it in. I can't stress this next bit as much. I really can't. EVs, because you're going up hills and going down hills, you're permanently recharging. So your range, it essentially stays at something like 180 to say 188. It's only when you start using things like sport mode that you'll see it seriously deplete. And obviously in winter, because we know that EVs are the most efficient vehicle when it gets cold. I pedal. Look at that. Steep hill and it comes to a complete stop. Now, essentially, I don't need to brake. I love this car.
And this is the A66. We're coming straight off it, heading towards Burns, because there is a road diversion because part of the road is closed.
Don't want to sit in the A66 in the middle for long, do you?
No.
Climbing wall and cafe, so that's another thing you can do. Sheep, lambs. That is a path and a half up there. Let's go visit the Stone Circle.
Castlerigg Stone Circle is one of the earliest known henges in the country, and this Neolithic meeting place affords fantastic views of Helvellyn and High Seat. Take a trip up to the stones and take a look for yourself.
There's always time for an ice cream as well. Keswick climbing wall. There's also the Hungry Heifer to go to. Pulling out onto the A66 isn't a problem with an electric car. This is a nice touch. Look at the clarity as well. 40 miles an hour.
And look how smooth that is, such a tight bend.
It's how well it holds the road. It's remarkable. Nothing phases it. Zipping to all these places on this EV trail seems a bit Annika Rice. Doesn't it?
I hadn't thought of that.
There's loads of mining, slate, natural rock.
So much to see and do, isn't there? Yeah.
You could always check out the mining museum. Threlkeld. It shows you how the area depended on it.
Yeah. And thrived on it.
Okay, so we are starting to eat through our range now. But the bottom line is I'm enjoying this car far too much, so eco-driving in a typical fashion has completely gone out of the window. And if this isn't as therapeutic as it could be, you know, wide vehicles, all types of things like that, you could put on some sounds of nature
0.1 miles.
or listen to a
Turn
roaring
right.
fire. That's the thing, the infotainment system on this, it's full of gems.
Anyway,
Thank you for the directions, guys.
Thank you. Enjoy
Have
your
a good
apples.
day.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
And away we go. Right, we know where we're going now. Shredhead or shredless? If you love marmalade, then Dalemain Mansion is a must. They are hosts to the annual World Marmalade Awards and Festival, seeking to unite the world through the love of citrusy, gooey goodness. We wonder if Paddington is around. Walking around Dalemain Mansion is like taking a trip through time, with fine examples of hand-painted Chinese wallpaper, Chippendale furniture, and so much more. Visit dalemain.com to book.
Now you might be wondering why we've blazed so many miles. We've got 89 miles of range left, and it's not just my sport driving. The cold hard facts are, there's a lot of roads closed, and they all seem to be at the points that we're heading to. Now I keep going on about having driving modes, but the bottom line is, Eco will do, say, 95% of what you need. It's nice to have the sport so it can just pin you in your seat, but the acceleration in Eco is hardly slow. Now, that's, if you want to get the most out of your range, it's probably the best bet, to be honest. This car has got many intelligent features, one being adaptive cruise. Now, interestingly, it seems to learn, and it looks to me like it learns from your style when you're not in adaptive, and then when you go into adaptive, it utilises what it's learned from monitoring your driving for the last however many miles.
Interesting.
Meaning it does what you think it'll do. That is crazy. That's a nice hotel.
Yeah.
Not far from Glenridding either, where you've got your chargers, and that's where we're heading to next. Then we'll have a quick look at Ullswater. When you're on the A592, there's so many little coves, National Trust places, so there's no shortage of parking. So you can just wander along and just go and get lakeside. As for the roads, yet again, more twisty. Awesome. And the views. I mean, as
They're
Annabelle just looks
spectacular, aren't
out.
they?
Yeah, I mean, you can see all these bikes. You know, a posse of bikes do not come down roads that are just not worth riding. They don't. It's a waste of their time. They're always looking for the next challenge. Wow. Running out of charge in Glenridding, we've got absolutely no problem. We've got these Type 2s here. But look, BMW welcomes all drivers. Pod Point. Feeling like a proper adventure? Why not head out on the Ullswater steamers? Now that's an adventure, a classic steamer where you can really unwind. Feel like touching the clouds? Why not head up to High Street in Helvellyn? It's up there somewhere. Just listen to the sound system on this. This is Westmoreland featuring Ron and Sister Faith. It really demonstrates the sound system. Decent mid, decent bass. And it's called Westmoreland, which is where we are. That's rather apt in itself. Now we're alongside Ullswater. We're just not using range. We're travelling along between 40 and 45 miles an hour. And every mile we use, we regen. That's it. As long as you're not going up anything too steep, it will sit for miles at 62. So many benefits to an EV. Time to visit the Rheged Discovery Centre.
In a quarter of a mile, at the roundabout, take the second exit.
Rheged is the place to go to fuel your creative side, with classes covering calligraphy to weaving, a cinema with the latest releases, deli counter, and an art gallery. The cafe boasts a pizza oven and a juice bar, and why not top up? You'll find Type 2, CCS and Chidemo. For more info, times and tickets, see rheged.com.
Next stop, Lowther Castle. Ooh.
Waterfoot Park, Scribbles.
Wow. Sound like a V8. Now this is a lovely place to come and sun.
At the roundabout,
There's also swimming areas
take
to the right.
first exit.
Ice creams.
And there we are. That is Lowther Castle.
We'll be there momentarily.
Hoo-hoo.
You can take in Arthur's Round
At the
Table.
roundabout, turn right.
In the last battlefield on English soil. So that's the White House. Not what I was expecting either.
No. Lowther Castle boasts stunning gardens and fantastic scenery, offering plenty for the whole family to enjoy. The adventure playground is a firm favourite, and you can soak up the history of Lowther by taking in an exhibition, followed by an exploration of the gardens, woodlands and ruins that surround it. Check out lowthercastle.org for more information.
And there you have it. The EV Trail, 74 miles, or 250 if you prefer. It depends how far you want to get off the beaten track. But rest assured, you've got chargers, you've got lovely views, culture, history. You're hard pushed not to find something you'd like, whether it's water sports, cycling, or just chilling out glamping. There's something that's going to appeal.
And before you ask, yes, Ioniq 6 is that good. Range, price, tech, you name it. What a car to drive around the Lake District. The other thing is, it turned heads wherever we took it. Now, that might not be your bag, but the bottom line is, it's a very, very good looking car. Streamliner, anyone? Range, well, up to 361 miles. And the price, you can pick one up for under 50 grand. Just look at the technology you get. The EGMP platform, storage, cabin space. Yes, it may not be as versatile as Ioniq 5, but it's a fantastic cruiser.